Good morning. This is Killaland on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
One of the stories we told you about during our investigation into missing and murdered Indigenous people has come to a close. The Winter woman who shot and killed Shaughnessy Gary is headed to federal prison. 21-year-old Sativa Looking Cloud recently pleaded guilty to murder and burglary for the February 2022 crime.
This week, a federal judge sentenced her to 20 years behind bars. We spoke with one of Gary's aunts last summer. She told us the young mother, daughter, sister, and niece will be remembered for her outgoing personality and because she was always eager to help anybody. Authorities in Lincoln County are asking for the public's help in solving an unattended death investigation. They say the body of a man was found Tuesday afternoon in a white car near the intersection of 275th Street and 477th Avenue southeast of Harrisburg.
Investigators are asking anyone who noticed the white car in the ditch at that intersection to call the Lincoln County Sheriff as they work to build a timeline. In a press release, the South Dakota Attorney General says that no foul play is suspected and that there is no threat to the public. One driver was arrested following a crash in Aberdeen. Police say it happened just before 2 o'clock Sunday morning. Officials say an officer saw a red pickup with Minnesota license plates speeding in the 3300 block of 6th Avenue Southeast. When the officer tried to stop the pickup, it slowed down and turned into a grassy area on the side of the road.
Police say it then crossed South Norwood Street, entered a drainage area where it hit a tree and rolled. Authorities say the driver was taken to an Aberdeen hospital for possible injuries. They are facing a list of charges, including DUI and aggravated eluding. A former Dakota News Now reporter has pleaded guilty to a different charge of disorderly conduct. Austin Goss was originally charged with making threatening, harassing, or misleading contacts. That count was dismissed and replaced with disorderly conduct.
Goss is accused of using Governor Kristi Noem's personal cell phone number to make a prank call to former South Dakota Republican lawmaker Dan Lederman. He received a suspended 30-day jail sentence, 1 year of probation, and a $500 fine.
Now let's send it over to meteorologist Brian Carstens for a check of our forecast. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Lauren. Good morning, everybody. Weather today, well, starting to pick up a few chances of rain, but I still believe that the best chances are ahead tonight and tomorrow. In fact, the outlook tonight is kind of tied in with this weather map. There could be some severe weather around late this evening. Black Hills, a slight risk of severe weather there in the yellow. Marginal risk is in the green, and we're going to be talking about those things coming up. In the meantime, watch on radar. Some little showers and thunder showers can sneak up from Nebraska into the southeastern part of South Dakota this afternoon. Most areas between 75 and 80 for a high. We'll sort out more details on the weather coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Brian. Renewing the alcohol license of a Central Sioux Falls business has been a big topic at the City Council meeting the last 2 weeks. Last night, the council chambers were full of people there to speak out both for and against the renewal.
According to the Sioux Falls Police Department, officers have been dispatched to over 2,100 calls in the Lucky Lady Casino area over the past 3 years. They've seen everything from disorderly people and assaults to narcotics and stolen vehicle reports.
We've got to ask ourselves the question, with that high of saturation, is it appropriate for us to renew a license for that to continue when it's impacting community resources such as law enforcement?
Few people come in to support it, but the overall majority in that neighborhood are in agreement. The alcohol is a problem. We need to concentrate on getting rid of the alcohol as a start.
And before the items could even go to a vote, the applicant withdrew them from the agenda, which means the casino will soon no longer operate in that location. The license expires June 30th. Almost a year ago, construction started on the Veterans Community Project's Tiny Homes neighborhood for homeless veterans.
Tuesday, they unveiled the first 5 homes with 20 more on the way. Each tiny home has new appliances, houseware, bedding, and utilities, all at no cost to the veteran.
Last June, we broke ground on this land, and since then, a lot's changed. We've cleared it, and we've started construction on our first 5 houses. And we're really excited to get to a place where we can start serving people.
The Veterans Community Project will help veterans overcome their struggles of the past and reach their goals. They'll also teach veterans how to prosper financially and independently before helping them find a place of their own. A horse that went missing in Wind Cave National Park last week has been found alive. Finley the horse was last seen May 2nd. He was found Tuesday walking along a highway.
Staff at the Fall River Veterinary Clinic said other than dehydration and a slightly scraped up leg, Finley is healthy. The horse has been reunited with its owners, who said they are overwhelmed with relief that Finley is safe.
Meanwhile, during a report last month on the Sioux Falls Area Humane Society's Pause to Celebrate fundraiser, Emmett the dog was featured. The stray was just skin and bones when he came to the shelter. A foster family helped him get healthy.
After 87 days, Emmett is finally going home. The Humane Society says Emmett has gone through a lot the last couple of months, and staff are ecstatic to see him find a new home. Let's look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, weather set up here today. We're watching some thunderstorms in Nebraska early today. Now, the thinking is as we go through midday, some of this will begin to cross over into southeast Ketherland. A hint of rain, but in the process of doing so, it's probably going to be weakening as it lifts to the northeast. So we're going to give that some attention, but again, that's kind of the general trend there. New storms are popping up this evening and late this evening, that is, for western Nebraska into parts of southwest South Dakota, and that'll be rolling through during the overnight. Some severe weather is possible, primarily some hail with those stronger cells. Also, it's a chance for some rain for some of you that have been running below average the last 30 days. And you can see that pattern there on Futurecast tomorrow morning. So whatever we do manage to get in the morning for thunderstorm clusters, those will roll northeast. Then we'll see the weather cycle again. We'll get close to 80 in Sioux Falls. We'll be watching radar, and we'll see how many more of these new thunderstorms we can develop. There appears to be more forcing coming in once again from the southwest, and then that'll kind of send another batch to the north. And as that weather circulates around that area of low pressure, that'll be a favorable pattern for the generation of, again, more chances of rain, better than 50% odds for the vast majority of South Dakota into far northern Nebraska and adjacent areas to the east. And that's the kind of the setup there into early Saturdays. So once this system gets here, it's not in a hurry to moving out. And that appears to be favorable for some soaking rains throughout parts of the region. It'll be important because just given the math and the deficits we've been running the last 30 days, you kind of need to recharge a little bit to get back on track as we look at these important months of May and June for rainfall in this part of the country. So that's kind of the setup. Keep an eye on the weather the next few days. Of course, a little severe weather going to go with it. Slight risk as painted in yellow tomorrow in those areas of South Dakota and Nebraska. And the rainfall outlook is generous at times. I think that there will be swaths of an inch or two of rain pretty easily in much of South Dakota. But my caution to this map is that in Nebraska and south of us, there are noticeable decreases in rainfall. So we still have to keep a close eye on that as we piece this all together in the forecast. As long as the low pressure track holds, we'll be on the front side, or the back side, I should say, of that, and that wraparound will do its trick here and give us some rainfall. But unfortunately, some of those folks to the south in the drought are not going to get as much relief as they need. 70s today, that's our outlook. 79 Sioux Falls, 77 in Aberdeen. I'm anticipating that the rain chance in Sioux Falls will be 50% tomorrow. There'll be a round chance in the morning, and then probably that cycle of weather later in the day into Friday too. Now, temperatures will start sliding this weekend. We'll go back to the mid-60s by Sunday as some cooler air does eventually filter into the forecast. Aberdeen will also see good chances of rain, especially tomorrow and Friday, but even Saturday, a 50% chance of rain. And then next week is looking generally drier and nice on the temperatures. Pierre area, 80% chance of rain Thursday into Friday. And the Black Hills also looking very favorable for rain starting today and tonight, and then it lasting all the way into the weekend. Check out the latest details online at KELOLAND.com.